Radical.
So it's about 2 a.m. I got maybe like 20 minutes to put this thing together right here. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to call this. This is in beta testing, all right? We all know about Comment of the Week. Comment of the Week is when I feature usually very long comments with a lot of substance, all right? Okay? This is going to be the opposite. It's not bad comments, but it's really short comments, okay? But we're going to do these in rapid fire. That way, and I don't know if I'll do this every week, but that way I'll take these comments from the last 7 days that maybe were interesting, kind of cool, okay, but by no means any medalists. So don't get excited, guys and gals. None of you are medalists, all right? But I'm just going to toss some of you a bone, right? And we're going to have some fun. 70s Mebin. It's like Patreon has become the standard now, and everyone thinks it's cute to have one because it's just the way things are supposed to be. A lot of people now don't think much about it. You know, they go to a channel, you got the Patreon link, or they might be telling you, banging you over the head, hey, make sure to visit my Patreon, everybody. Hey, did you see the Patreon link? Make sure to go to the Patreon. There was once upon a time, years ago, believe it or not, where a lot of content creators, they were kind of afraid to reveal their Patreon or to go down that road. Okay, in the early days of Patreon and YouTube, believe me, a lot of these people were called e-beggars, okay? But there was a lot of people that got together, and there's a lot of people that got together and just kind of pushed it and made sure that it would become the new normal, all right? I kind of feel like I should have been there around the beginning of Patreon and how it was so easily, smoothly integrated into YouTube and these e-begging channels that use Patreon. And that triggers a lot of people right now because we're in 2020. But believe me, Radical Rick would have been a lot better years ago, right when Patreon was revealed on YouTube. But yeah, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad how it's all the standard now. It's normalized. I don't think so. A lot of you don't think so. This is kind of sadly one of the last stands in a way. I mean, I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's other channels that speak out against things like Patreon too, and its abuse on the platform. But yeah, it's standardized right now. It kind of sucks. Yeah. What you gonna do? What the fuck you gonna do? All you can do is really speak out against it, right? Next up, we got Kim W200 Blaze. He is also masquerading as Call. Oh yeah, you're talking about Traptown, USA. You say he's also masquerading as Call. I saw one that said Saul. Saul, something like that. There's too many. Same old comments like wanna be friends. He's like the Hydra monster of Greek mythology where you cut off one head and he just grows another. That's why he constantly is changing the name of his channel as he gets cornered. Yeah, I'm thinking of a new strategy to use. I might upload something and reveal to you all a new strategy I'm thinking about telling you all to do. It's just, by this point, I could upload another one and keep updating people on it. But like you said, it just seems kind of pointless because there's just too many out there. And this guy's kind of caught on to it. And every couple days, there's a different one, just like you said, the Hydra monster. Next up, AGT Comics Brand. Here's a true story that just happened. I was on Radical Reggie Facebook group and I got banned for days because someone didn't believe me. I got some good NES games for a bundle for $20. And out of that pack, I got Zen, Intergalactic Ninja, right? And Cool World for the NES. Those are pretty expensive games. Okay, I don't know why you would be banned for days. Do people see that as misinformation? That you got for $20 some really good rare NES games? I have no fucking clue why that would be a bannable offense. Is there anything else that you commented? You know, I don't get it. AGT Comics Brand? Maybe, I don't know. Like, did you say anything about box springs to Radical Reggie? I don't know why you got banned. Jeff Stinnett. Fuck beat 'em ups. A waiter stands on their feet all night, barely gets a break, and your feet or legs are sore when they get home. Only thing sore on him is his ass from sitting on it all day. Jeff, I think you're out of line, okay? Woodhawker works really hard. He plays Animal Crossing, and he uploads videos of him playing Animal Crossing. All right? Come on now. You don't think he deserves tips? Get the fuck out of here, Jeff. I mean, you don't understand it. You just don't understand how YouTube works. You play Animal Crossing, you act like a fucking jackass, okay? You get in kids to the channel, then, they send you donations, all the 10-year-olds for Christmas and everything. You don't know how things work in the real world, Jeff! Next up, AMS. I'll never look at golfing the same way again. You must have liked that thumbnail, right? I put some thought to that thumbnail. Tiger Woods rearing back, and he's gonna go at and, knock off Joel's head. And I put little bug eyes on Joel. What I wanted to do to make that thumbnail perfect was find some clip art of, maybe some pink hair or something like that to put on Tiger. But it was not to be. Silver Music Box. Was not a huge fan of The Last of Us, but it was okay, and I can see why people love it. After reading the leaks out of curiosity, if I was a huge fan of the first game and read that, I would be pissed. Well, I played the first game. I wasn't like a huge fan of it, but you see how pissed I got after just reading it, because I'm pissed off for a lot of the fans of the first game. Like I said, just consider this. You waited for so long for a sequel to the game. You've been just waiting and waiting and waiting, and you want something proper. And maybe a lot of people going into it thought, okay, well, in this one, the older guy, Joel, he might pass away. But you're thinking it would be a heroic end. Maybe, like I said, taking a bullet for Ellie, or, defending her, or maybe, the monsters get him or whatnot. You think he would die a heroic way. But no, just, the GameStop call me ma'am, whatever the hell that is, comically kills him with a golf club. Oh, sorry, spoiler. Right there. It's like, and then, like I said, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's just fucking disgusting. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I just, unless you just don't care about the story and you're like, okay, I just want to get it because it might have good graphics or the gameplay. I don't know, it might have good gameplay and graphics, but games like that are driven by the story. Unless they have, if they put in a feature, skip all cutscenes, I don't know. But yeah, and I can make a follow-up video on that because there's a lot of things Sony is doing that's really kind of, like I said, yeah, just kind of makes me sick to even talk about it. Just puts me in a foul mood. Next up, James Wiggle. Big titties. Here's the thing. I love big titties. I do. They don't have to be big. I love titties in general. But your name is kind of funny. Wiggle, right? I love big titties. And one reason I love big titties is because when you slap them, they wiggle a lot. Next up, is that all of them? I don't know if that's all of them. Seems like I clip more. Oh, here we go. Geeks and Gamers Entertainment. Would love to work with you, Rick. Let's get radical on a stream. Like, I won't rule it out, the whole, live stream with other people. It's just I'm not set up for it. I just ain't set up for it, man. Who else? We got MHage, ExpressVPN, definite scam. Do not use them. Ask for odd amount of personal info to improve service. Did not improve your service. Then I suffered from a ton of attempted hacks and identity theft. Plus their service is terrible. There are cheaper and better services out there. Okay, MHage, I am shocked. Because didn't Angry Video Game Nerd, isn't that one of his things he shills? ExpressVPN? If it is, what you need to do is go leave a comment to James. All right? And once James finds out that it's crap, I'm pretty sure, he'll back out there. Okay? Yeah, pretty positive. I'm really not that positive. I don't think he really cares. I think a lot of these YouTubers don't give a single shit about these products they shill. They don't probably use the products. They don't care about it, you know? I mean, think about it. James tried to shill a $400 Jode wood watch on people. I mean, I don't care how big of a fan you are of Angry, I was almost going to say Angry Joe. I don't know how much of a big fan you are of the Angry Video Game Nerd, but ain't nobody buying no fucking $400 Jode wood watch. But yeah, what do you all think about ExpressVPN? Maybe it's just something that happened to you. Okay, does anyone have good service with ExpressVPN? Because Captain Kirk Games, a glass of milk. What's significant about this is Captain Kirk got the first in a lot of my videos this week, and he left that glass of milk. It's like he came here, you know, slams down that glass of milk on the table and says, all right, okay, who else wants it? You know, but Albert, I think Albert got you. He got you. He got the first the other day, right? But man, people are fearing that glass of milk there, buddy. They're fearing that glass of milk if they want first. Jay Alexander. I find it insane that during this pandemic, the Game Chasers can still shill their Season 5 DVD. Have they delivered that movie yet? Slow down there, partners. It's cool that your name is Jay, but you're not shady. And I have no problem with them selling things like their, movie disc and everything like that, the season disc. But it is funny. Is it a DVD or Blu-ray? It's a DVD, right? DVD. How bad are things for them if they're selling DVDs and not Blu-rays? My. It's 2001 all over again. People gonna dust off their DVD player like, oh, I just got that Game Chasers DVD in the mail. Woohoo! Albert Menendez. The time it took for the Top Hat Gaming Man to write those comments, he could have filled out 4 job applications and cleaned his flat. I feel kind of bad now because the Top Hat Gaming Man left me some pretty long freaking comments. I feel pretty bad because, that might have kept him from filling out job applications and cleaning his flat. Oh man, I feel bad now. Callum Bush. Tommy Ouya 2.0 is appearing on Mad Max The Mandalorian for an interview soon. Get your questions in, link below. Okay, I get confused. Mad Max The Mandalorian, does that have anything to do with Geeks and Gamers podcast? I don't know. Is it? I'm not sure. It seemed like I went to that video and I saw icon for Mad Max Mandalorian. I'm not sure. Now, Tommy is kind of everywhere. Tommy is everywhere telling people about that Miku. And I made a joke once that, it's like a magic whistle. If you just blow the magic whistle, Tommy's going to appear just out of nowhere. I'm not sure. I'll test this now. Okay. In television Amigo. Let's see if Tommy appears to tell me about things, I call on you, Tommy, for an interview. See, he'll probably be here in a little bit. It's that easy. It's that easy. Or maybe it's not, I'm going to feel bad if he doesn't show up because people are going to call me out and say, Rick, your Tommy whistle don't work. Silent Siri. Something I think is quite amazing is that Rick is on everyone's radar. They don't pop up until Rick gets to them. UK Specific, Slopes Game Room, and now Top Hat. UK Specific, I don't remember that one. One thing I will give them credit for, unlike the US-based YouTubers, is the level of response. Hancock and others think they are above responding because it's easier to just label everyone as haters. I just mentioned that long response that Top Hat Gaming Man gave me, and I do appreciate that. All right? I do appreciate the responses that people will come here and give you. It seems like from the UK, and Slopes Game Room gave me a pretty long response and everything like that also. So I think that's helpful because we're here for open discussion. So I think that's really helpful. Believe me, I know that I'm not the only opinion on the internet and in the world. So, yeah, regardless of what I like to talk about from time to time, there might be YouTubers that come here and don't agree with me. And hell, maybe they might come here and change my mind on a few things. Possibly. Not e-begging, no. Ha ha! Next up, Vic Viper. Radical Rick, what the hell is the name of this game? Well, it's Crystal Method, of course. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. Alistair Kane. Wait a minute. Someone, and I'll give you a clue there, Vic Viper. You're like, what the hell kind of response was that? Nosy. The clue is nosy. Alistair Kane. Wait a minute. Someone on this channel has an issue with John Hancock? I, for one, am shocked. Me too. If I find out any of you have an issue with that wonderful, great, humble man, his amazing game collection, and his future game museum, we gonna have problems. We gonna have problems. Dumez. If you were sitting on a fat game collection and suppose you looked at it and realized you could sell it off at age 60 and pay off your mortgage and all that money and stress is gone, rather than 65, I would say an irrational, reasonable 60-year-old person, if they looked and they had a lot of plastic and cardboard, they're 60, right? They're getting towards, their golden years possibly. I think they would probably sell it to the highest bidder. Probably. Unless they had a problem, maybe an addiction problem, a hoarding problem. Because you're talking about paying off your mortgage. That's the reasonable thing to do. I don't know, maybe somebody might come up with a scam to get people to give them a lot more donations or Patreon money. I'm not sure. Just putting that out there. And then when they get to a certain age and they pay off their mortgage, right? But if you're collecting and you're not e-begging and you're actually collecting and buying all the stuff, then I don't know, at some point you're like, well, I can't hold on to it forever. So unless you're passing it on to another generation, yeah, sell it, pay off your mortgage. If you got a collection now, sell it, buy a new car, do some work around the house. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people are going to get triggered at that, but it just depends. Like, look at your collection and what it means to you and weigh it against other things that you could buy with that money that might actually improve your life tremendously. Frag Taster. I got it right now. Frag Taster. I called him Frag Taster. Frag Taster. The exalted video game wizard John Hancock will build the greatest, most humblest video game museum ever constructed in these continental states. I swear it. The exalted video game wizard John Hancock will build the greatest, most humblest video game museum ever constructed in these continental states. I swear it on my Ness Holy Grail. And that's a wrap.